Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working on, well, this guy. This is the Tier 8 rocket, and we were finishing up the plastic from mechanism as well as making the two machines for getting the HOP graphite. So we have all that taken care of. And as you can see, I've been doing some work off camera. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, we were making the plastic and the graphite so that we can make the solar neutron collectors. And we're getting pretty close, to be honest. We just need a little bit more of some of the supplies. So we're going to need some more crystal matrix ingots. We're going to need a lot of crystallized redstone, which, how are we doing on that? We have 8. I was working to try to speed that up by making this whole thing. Not too bad, to be honest, but more lasers obviously means more power. So you can actually send lasers through other lasers and conduits. Fun fact. So we can make this go even faster. This is getting 2,000 RF per tick, so it needs 100 million? Needs a lot. What is it, actually? That is 10 million. Okay, so it's quite a bit of power that's required. Unfortunately, we can't EMC these or anything like that. We're still getting some frame rate issues, and I think part of it is the lasers, but it might be something else. I don't know. Other news, we've finished our seeds. All of our seeds are planted and taken care of. I'm going to leave this up for right now. We might use it later for other things, but see, I've also went through and did all the Ender energy conduits, and I have everything to make the next rocket, as well as a bunch of villager souls, plus a bunch of Fluix crystal blocks, which we might actually have all of the ones we need. We do. Cool. So we are really close to making a bunch of these solar neutron activators. We just need to get dark iron. That's the big thing. We're missing 2 of these. Did I miscount redstone? No. What? How am I missing 2 of these? Alright, I must have miscounted something. How? I use blocks. That's... how? Okay, well, whatever. Let's get, we need 2 more diamonds. 1, 2, and 4 more redstone. Not that difficult. Oh wait, there's some more in here. Never mind. We're not going to worry about it. So, I don't know what happened there, but whatever. Anyways, we have all of the flux crystals. They're not fluix, they're flux. And... we're slowly working on the rest of the stuff. Now, the big thing in the middle is vibranium, which is an absolute pain, because this is the thing that requires 2 villager souls each, and a lot of power, 20 million RF. So something we can do, we can set this up to be a little bit automatic, but... I realized something. Let's go to the last millennium real quick. Do we have... we have essence. We have oil, lubricant, essence. This is backed up because our Zephyrium is done. And we'll get all of this stuff planted in the coming episodes. It'll be a work in progress here soon, but I'd like to have fields of everything. So here's the question. That's a spirit, that's a villager, some fluid cows, LPG, gel cryotheum, molten. Yeah, so I want to see something. So we have nutrient distillation there. That doesn't actually matter anymore. Alright, here's an empty drum. I want to see... we pick this up. Let's get a conduit. But today we're going to be going to the last 2 planets and dealing with all of the fun stuff that comes from that. Hopefully we can find what we need. We don't need to do too much prep work this time because it doesn't really matter in terms of like our how do I want to describe it? The things we need. We don't need to set up like a base or anything. We have the enhanced charm of dislocation, so we can just kind of teleport to wherever we want. We don't need to build a base. We don't need to set up any null things. We don't need any void dev nulls. That's what those are called. We don't need any of these guys because, well, it doesn't matter to us. We just need to get there, get the stuff we want, and get out. So always active. What are you? Liquid XP. All right. So I want to break this. We're gonna put this back. And so what we need to do is we need to find a liquid XP cow. And that is something what we'll be using. So what we can do is we can actually put on here. We can put different things, and the idea is we'll put like a drum here. We could have the ender fluid conduit like so. Insert. What am I doing? This is disabled on that. It's insert on the fluid, extract, always active. And so this will give us levels for this guy. And then what we can do is we can grab a chest and grab emeralds. Just grab a stack of emeralds. By the way, I've been using horse armor. Is actually a fantastic thing to use for EMC because, well, we have no real use for it otherwise. And then we will want, I can't shift click these, that's a pain. We want all these villager souls, and I just happen to have exactly enough space for all this. So we can put that right on top of the soul binder. We will turn it to pull, put a stack of emeralds, and all of these soul vials for villagers that I've been collecting. And it is not going to keep up with power, or actually it should keep up with the liquid XP. We'll see. If I find a liquid XP cow, we'll go ahead and use one, but this is probably draining our power pretty quickly. So we might run out of power, but it doesn't matter too much to us right now. So here's the plan. Let's get our inventory sorted. We want to turn the magnet on. We want to have shift right click. We'll keep that at home for right now. And that'll make the enticing crystals. We'll be able to make a couple of these solar neutron activators here soon, but here is the question. This is full of fuel. Perfect. So we have our enhanced charm, we have armor, we have everything we need, except for torches. So let's get out of here, get back in first person view. And we'll trade off our torches. And we don't need any extra torches or anything like that, but we'll take the MC canisters just to be safe. And yeah, let's go to the next planet. So we'll launch. I wish you could speed up the launch, but unfortunately you can't. So all we're going to do is, I believe the next planet is Pluto. We're going to go to Pluto. We're going to find the Pluto dungeon. We're going to fight the Pluto boss. And we're going to hopefully get the tier 9 rocket immediately. And then we're just going to come back home. We'll make the tier 9 rocket. And that's that. We don't really need to worry about anything else. Because we'll go to Eris, which is the last... It's not a planet. It's a pseudo... Is it? Is it a pseudo-planet? Charon is Pluto's moon, isn't it? Not Eris. I don't know. I don't remember in my astronomy. Different things. Wow. I don't remember my space stuff. So, Eris is another planet. Well, not planet. It's a microplanet. It's a tiny planet in the asteroid, the Kuiper belt. But we want to go to Pluto, tier 8, and that's where we're heading. Pluto has the last dungeon, or the next dungeon rather, and I have no idea what this place will be like. There is our stuff. Are there mobs? There are, so let's do this. Let's see, our stuff is right there. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna light this up and fly away. So yeah, we have oxygen, we have plenty of oxygen, that's not a problem. We're gonna need to find a dungeon, and we're gonna need to hopefully not die to creepers or anything like that. So, assuming we're safe here, let's quickly add new, Pluto, commit. Alright. And we will leave that stuff there. So let's head out and go exploring. Okay, we don't have the parachute on anymore. The parachute is literally just to make sure that you don't, die falling. Now, I do believe that the nights on Pluto are incredibly long because of orbits and all that kind of stuff. But we should be able to hopefully find something. I'm going to set a waypoint of the warp, for lack of a better term. Now, something we don't really need to worry about here is ore. There is no reason to collect the ore on Pluto because we already have access to it. It's kind of nice. So right here, let's just put journey map, waypoint, new, Pluto. So I don't, warp point. So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I was trying to do a trick a long time ago, back when we were starting into GalaticCraft, of once you find one dungeon on one planet, the dungeons are in the same places on all the other planets. That is no longer true. That is old information, I do believe. So we can't use that. Now the mobs are going to be incredibly powerful. So we do need to be very careful. And it looks like wither skeletons also spawn here, which is interesting. But at this point, we just need to find a dungeon. There are a lot of like really weird circles. Strangely perfect, for lack of a better way to describe it. But here's the cool thing. We can easily teleport back and forth. We don't even need to have any sort of like home. We might want to build something just kind of minor, but not needed. Alright, that is nothing. Alright, so we really just need to search around for a dungeon at this point. And since that might take a little bit of time, I'm going to regret having to... Ooh, hold on. There is almost no gravity here, by the way, so we're going to float quite a bit. So that was nothing. Alright, so I will tell you guys what. Since this might take a little bit of time to find a dungeon, I'm going to go ahead and cut the episode here, and we'll come back in just, for you guys, just a couple of seconds for me, after editing and all that fun stuff, we'll come back and we'll see if I found one, which if I come back, I have. So be right back. Alright, well that didn't take as long as I thought it would, but I actually missed it. So as you can see, I did a good bit of exploring. We started here, we went down, and then we went back up. Went over there. I actually encountered not one, not two, but 3 little villages. But I went all the way around, and then I went by this gigantic mountain out in the middle of nowhere. There's been a lot of like really weird areas on here, but then I looked at the map while I was waiting for chunks to load and noticed that this one had a very, very specific shaped hole, and that's what I typically look for. By the way, it looks like the sun's gonna rise here soon. There's also been multiple like celestial bodies, but right there is where I think we need to go. So let's pop down there. And this is probably going to be pretty dangerous. I do want to see what the ore, that's iron ore. And it's all iron ore. But definitely, spider. I don't know why the spider scared me, but it did. Oh, thank God that wasn't a John Cena. Alright, so we have a dungeon. And if we look at the map, part of me wants to just head to where I think the finish is going to be, because it's probably going to be better in the long run to do this. But at the same time, where's the fun in that? So we need to be very careful for creepers. Creepers are the main thing that we need to be concerned about. I will say I like the dungeon bricks. This is a really nice white color. It's got a nice texture. It looks really nice. Alright, so that's a creeper spawner, and then I think a spider. Nope, nope, nope. Creepers are deadly. Creepers can kill us in one shot. If they are John Cena creepers, which we haven't seen one of those for a long time, and I don't really want to. So this looks like it has a boss room. All we have to do is hope that it does actually have what we need. There's a zombie. He's not super important to us. We do need to be somewhat careful. Ow. I really, really, really dislike these spirits. Stop it. Alright. Let's grab the stuff. And just dump everything in here. Okay. I saw the zombie. I knew there was a zombie. Alright, we have a chest. Doesn't really have anything we want in it. Most of the chests will not have anything of use just because of we're kind of at the point in this series where we don't need much. Alright, other spawner is over here. It's also a spider. So this boss, I believe, is going to look familiar. It's the creeper boss. It's a creeper boss. Now, we don't have to worry about the, what? Something dropped oxygen gear. That's, a little bit concerning. Alright, so we can't just shoot this guy. We actually have to deflect his projectiles, but it's not that hard. Unless I get scared. It's the same as the, oh, what's it called? The Mars boss. So, pretty easy. And hopefully we get what we need. Alright, so we have the key. There is very clearly a chest here, and a tier 9 rocket. Awesome. Do we want any of that stuff? Not particularly. Okay, so with that taken care of, we can just teleport home if we want to. But I want to go retrieve our thing, the rocket. So let's make our way back through there. Wasn't that long of a dungeon.
His name is Johnson.
Oh, that was close. Did he not actually destroy any of the... Okay, that was weird. That was really weird. But that's something that I've been terrified of here lately. I don't know how we survived that. But okay. Also, it might be day. I think what we're gonna do, I kind of got confused of where he was, and I think I kind of flew backwards into him, but we survived somehow. Okay. Yeah, so you can see the sun is tiny. We need to go this way. So I decided I do want to secure the warp point just a little bit, just in case we need to come back. I don't foresee us having to, but I do want to go recover our rocket as well, so might as well go back over there. What is that? Is that part of the dungeon? On the outside? No, it's a fossil block. What did you use for? Nothing. It's just a fossil. Alright. But yeah, on Pluto, I do believe that the ore is zinc, which we do not need whatsoever, so who cares? This landscape is just so weird to me. I would think it would be like a lot flatter, but it's definitely more rugged, I guess. Which I don't think Pluto would have these gigantic like we're just gonna do one of these. Would have these gigantic like mountains and stuff like that. But maybe. I hope I have enough blocks. Let's conserve. Alright. We could always get more blocks just by vein mining the area. And let's go ahead and do that. And get just some surface rocks. It doesn't matter. This is just a really crappy looking house, so that we don't die if we teleport here. That's the only reason I wanted it. So we're gonna put some torches. F7 just around another one of those fossil blocks. And then in here. Cool. So I want to see. Of course. We're going to change this one to be right here. Set here. Perfect. Okay, so we don't really need to worry about that anymore. Let's grab our rocket. And whatever. Some of the stuff. So we need to fill this guy back in. Alright, and we should be done here. So let's get out of here and go back home. So with that taken care of, we can build the next rocket. And with the next rocket, we can, well, go to the next planet. Now, we don't need the tier 2 launch pads anymore. Those are useless to us. Let's grab that parachest out of here. That is completely and utterly useless to us. And the reason why is simple. We need a new thing. So we need a new launch pad for the tier 9. And tier 10, but I don't know if we're going to make the tier 10 at this point. So tier 9 rocket. What does that take? Well, we need all of this stuff. Let's really quickly look at our quest book. I want to see Iota. So we need to make the tier 9 rocket for that quest to complete. And I think that's the last one in Iota. So surface rock can go in there. Do we have some stone? Let's get like, oh god, this is going to be a regret. Let's get like a stack or so of stone. And we can just do that. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to want to do something similar. So let's grab a bunch of cobblestone. And we'll use that to build. We can refresh our stuff. And all this stuff doesn't matter. So we have a good bit of oxygen, but we should probably refill our tanks just to be safe. I did use a lot of oxygen. But we have everything we need to make the next tier rocket, so, or most everything. So it's exactly like all the other ones. We need 4 fins. 4 fins. We need a nose cone. We need 10 plates for the actual body. We're going to need an engine. And then we're going to need, the final thing is we're going to need light blue wool and the filled canisters, which I have. So it's just for the boosters. We just need the light blue wool, which we have, well, we have light blue dye. And we have wool. So easy enough. Don't really care about getting more of this or anything like that. So light blue like so. And there is one booster and the second booster. Alright, perfect. So these can go in here, tier 9, tier 6, 7, 8, 9. And honestly, let's just build the rocket. So tier 9 rocket, fins go there, nose cone, engine, all of this, and then the 2 boosters. And there's the tier 9 rocket. So that is, I believe, the final quest in this area. We're going to take the middle reward bag because I like the middle ones. Oh no, we have one more quest there. To make the cyanite. No, to make the turbines. So we have a legendary reward bag. Let's go ahead and open that just in case it's something really good. Ooh, alchemical bags. Those are really good. Those are like the golden bags, but better. So the tier 9 rocket needs to be placed, but in order to do anything with this, we need the launch pad. So the tier 3 launch pad will launch rockets 9 and 10. Let's get that out of our hands so it's not too bad. So we're going to need zinc and blocks of tungsten. Alright, I think that will be easy enough. Is tungsten the tier 9? Tungsten is Pluto. So that's what we needed. So to get that, let's get tungsten. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can we just make it like that? No. Alright, so 9 of these in here. I believe we want to turn this guy on. And as soon as those smelt down, can we even see? I mean, they're in there. Unfortunately, we can't see through the hopper. but yeah, we'll break the hopper for a second. They are smelting. Okay, just gonna take a while. So that's taken care of. We need some zinc. And this needs to be in a 5x5, so we need 25 of them. So we need 5 recipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. So once we have the block, we'll be able to do all this stuff. So let's take a look at this stuff. This all processed? Yes, it did. We have more soul vials. We have plenty of crystals, and this is recovering 1 power. That's what we want to see. So we have 18 of these guys. In order to make these into the vibranium, we need solarium and vibrant alloys times a lot. So vibrant alloy, let's make a single block, and let's grab the solarium, and this stuff we have a lot of. So this is something that we're going to want to push pull. I think will work. We just throw all that stuff in there, and then the vibrant alloy, it'll get there. So we have our tungsten block. We'll put that in here, and that is more than enough. We need 15. I'm gonna keep the one. Wait, those are the GalaticCraft. So do we need to do this? Let's see. Do these have VMC? They do. We'll go ahead and keep one of each. So these can go back, and these can go in here. Wrong one. And there is the launch pads. So let's get this set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's time. The rockets just keep getting larger. To be fair, we're going much farther away, so I mean it makes sense. Let's grab our oxygen, and this time we don't need to worry about finding a dungeon unless we want to get a tier 10 rocket, which I don't know at this point. It doesn't really matter much to me. There is so much frame rate issues, or tick lag rather. How is our tick lag? What is it? TP. TPS. So most of these are really good. The overworld is like 5 milliseconds. That's a little bit bad, but not really that bad. Last millennium is, yeah. Okay, so our tick lag is not really that bad, but it feels like it. So we have both oxygen tanks. We have all the stuff we need. Do we have the vibrant alloy so we can get this cooking while we go run and have fun? Alright, that's enough. Let's just take a stack. We'll put the rest in, we'll keep one extra in there so we can do that whenever we want. But now we should be able to put all of this stuff in here, and this should start cooking up the vibranium for our stuff we need. We can even configure the I/O so it only pulls, which would be fine too. So that'll kind of store stuff, and we can put that in there. And so all we need now is the dark iron. So let's go get that. Is this guy fueled up? That is the first question. Let's grab our stuff that we want. Are you fueled up? No. We need more fuel. F5, cool. So let's get some more fuel. We have a couple more tanks. So it's not that big of a deal. And I believe we have plenty of fuel in here. In the refinery. Already made. And honestly, we don't need this stuff after. So it's not going to be a big deal. But 46, 7. Can't we go ahead and just... Alright, so we'll see how much that is. But can't we just go ahead and come over here? Collect the fuel ourselves and right click this guy? I think we can. There's like a shift right click. No. Immediately just knocks you out. Okay. We'll put one more can in there and see if that is enough. But we're at like 80% full, so this should be good. So we're gonna go to Eris. Eris is going to give us dark iron. So all we need to do is find one little piece of it, and let's take off. All we need to do is find one piece of it, and that's it. We'll recover our rocket and all that kind of stuff right away. We'll break the parachute, or however we're gonna fall down onto Eris. But Eris is what's known as a what is it called? It's the same category as what Pluto is now. Pluto is one of those weird things. It's a like not planet. It's a pseudo planet, and Pluto is weird because it does have a moon. But Eris is farther out near the Kuiper belt, and it is much smaller. But we can go to Eris now. I believe you can see Pluto. Click again to zoom on the satellites. Yeah, Pluto has multiple satellites. It is Charon. Okay, so that is not actually there. If you want to zoom back out, you just click again. But a lot of these aren't actually available. We can go to Eris. Does Eris have a satellite of some sort? It does. Or at least it does in this. So now we can go to Eris. Let's launch. And we'll fly through space to the last of the planets, or celestial bodies that we're going to be going to. And again, we're going to F5. Is it day? Is it night? Looks like it's more day. So let's build a little bit of... let's go right over here. We're going to build a little bit of a house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And whoa, there is no gravity here. Yeah, no gravity at all. There is a dungeon here, I do believe, to get the tier 10 rocket. But like I said, don't really care too much about that just because of the nature of what we have left to do. We don't really care about the tier 10 rocket. It's not a quest. It's not useful for anything. So we have a stack left. Let's go ahead and do this. It's actually quicker to fly and then drop back down. So 3. And we should have enough cobblestone. I'm hoping anyways. Just barely. We had exactly enough for a 7x7. So let's light this thing up. Just doing this so that if we feel like we had exactly enough. If we feel like coming back here, we can fairly easily. So shift, right click, add new, Eris, commit. We're gonna lock both of these so that they are always there. But let's grab our rocket and all that fun stuff. And then the dark iron. So we'll grab most of this fuel. Some of it will be lost, but again, who cares? Doesn't matter too much. So let's get blocks on the bar. And I'll go ahead and waypoint this. New, home. Alright, cool. So I guess let's just dig down. This is a bit of a cave. And let's vein mine. I guess let's turn our magnet off. But yeah, there's a lot of mobs in there. I don't actually want a cave. So what we need to find is dark iron. Let's just go over here. And we'll try this again. Hopefully not find a cave. So let's throw all that out. And yeah, zero gravity is a bit of a pain. It's not zero gravity, but it's close to it. Alright, no ores. We're hungry, but no ores. Plenty of entities, but no ores. That looks like copper and just normal iron. We're hungry again. More copper, more normal iron. We just need one piece of dark iron. And there it is. Alright, so there we go. For dark iron, we can eat and we can go home. So let's verify we have our rocket and all that. So that's all we needed to come here for. Real quick, I do want to see if we look up dungeon. Eris dungeons are green. Those are going to be incredibly easy to spot. Also, there is a village. We haven't really explored these, so let's take a look at them. They don't do anything. This was never implemented in GalaticCraft, in this version especially. It's old, but these are the alien villagers. They don't do anything. They're just there. But you know, it's still kind of cool. So the Eris dungeons are going to be really easy to find if we decide we want a tier 10 rocket. I don't know what the dungeon boss is. Maybe that's something we'll do as like a finale type thing. I'll keep it in mind, but let's go home for now. And yeah, with your green dungeon, that's going to be super easy to find. But what I want to do for the rest of the episode, which I want to start wrapping it up, because it's getting a little bit long in the episode length, and I don't want to have super long episodes if I don't have to. But put that there. This stuff can be placed in there, and we need to smelt this up. Which, does it just smelt up? Yes. Alright, I guess let's just come down here. And there is the dark iron. That's all we need to do. That's all we're ever going to need to do. Because we can take this one piece of dark iron and duplicate it. Now here is the question. And this is something we're gonna store a couple in there. So in order to make the neutron collector, we're gonna need the dark iron compressed. So yeah, we need the ingots. So we're not gonna actually store it in there. We're gonna store a single one in here. And then we're gonna get 2 stacks of this stuff so that we can get what we want, which is of course the dark iron plates. We're gonna need more than this, but for right now we'll just do 2 stacks. This is gonna make 2 each, 1 each. So this is gonna make a stack, isn't it? Yes. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, see, 6, 10, 14. We're gonna need 18. No, we're gonna need 28 stacks of this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 1, 2, 3. Let's see. There is 10 stacks. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. Arrow, oxygen gear, parachest will go into here, as well as all these torches. Don't need them anymore. Broken spawners will get to go in there though, and all this stuff will go in here. We don't have our magnet on, so let's run over here and get rid of this stuff. By the way, I had an issue with this I had to fix when I was rewiring things. It wasn't anything major, just had to do it. I thought I saw a name for a second. Okay, no, I didn't. I probably saw the one thing in the drawer, but I don't know. Anyways, let's get the rest of this stuff out of our inventory. And so we have 10 stacks currently. The grinder can be put away. Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw the white stones. So we have 10 stacks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to need, if it's 14, actually if it's 13 more stacks, we're going to need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so all that is taken care of. Now we have 1 dark iron. We also have some dark iron in there. So this can be converted to whatever we want. It doesn't matter. Let's take 2 more stacks. And we can grab half a stack of this. But let's go ahead and start making the solar neutron thing. So it's just like this. And there they are. So let's put 1 in all of the ones except for this slot. And we'll put the rest of them in there and then kind of fill everything else out. But there is our first neutron collector, and that is a quest. And this is something that's super duper important. So I've never messed around with these, but they are super duper important. So it slowly generates piles of neutronium. We're going to take the middle reward bag, and we need piles of neutronium. Now, I don't know exactly how these work. I'm probably going to do a little bit of research. We're going to have these over here. But basically, it has an inventory, and every once in a while, it will pick up a tiny pile of neutronium. So that is the idea. I'm going to work on getting a full stack of them. So we have 14 of these solar neutron activators from Mechanism, because I didn't realize they didn't stack. We're going to put these in here as well, and then make them on demand. But I want to make an entire stack of these Neutron Collectors. Probably the hardest part, other than the just waiting on the compressed dark iron, is going to be the crystallized redstone and the vibranium, which we do have 8 more of these. So we can go ahead and put those in there. And we should have enough crystallized redstone. We have 18. So that will be a little bit better. But for the most part, then I need more crystal matrix ingots. Not really that many. But these things are going to be super duper important in the long run because of, well, we need a lot of them. You'll see what I mean. But basically, the neutronium that it will give us is super duper important for most things. So I am going to continue making these and do a little bit of research on our friend the Neutron Collector, and basically we'll see what we have, and hopefully I'm half waiting around to see if one of these will collect, but we're gonna want a lot of these and we're gonna want them hooked up so that they will work. I don't know how they work. I haven't looked that up, to be honest, but let's open our epic reward bag and get tier 3 chance pendant. That's boring. But these are going to be super important for getting most of the other things that we're going to need. Specifically getting into the infinity ingots. We're going to need a lot of the ingots, and that's not going to be fun. We're also going to need a lot of other things, such as infinity catalysts, which is going to require eternal singularities, which is not fun. We're going to need a lot of iron and all that kind of stuff, and neutronium compressors. So let's neutronium compressor. So that's going to require a lot of these neutronium large plates and compressed dark iron. So not really anything. And then impulse hoppers. Those are a little bit annoying, but for the most part, these are made with neutronium. Now this stuff doesn't have EMC, so we're going to have to make each and every single one. So it's going to take a while. But do we have Tiny Pile yet? No, of course not. Does it have to be like day or something? We don't feel tired. So yeah, we're gonna work on getting into Avertitia, and it's gonna be great. It's just gonna be a little bit overwhelming at first. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research on this mod, and in the coming episodes, we're going to start looking at singularities and making our first of the infinity ingots. Now, I do believe we already have... wait, we have a chaos ingot, don't we? We have a chaos catalyst. That's what we have. So this thing is super duper useful as well, to make chaos ingots, which are used to make creative stuff. As well as the Sword of Chaos, which is super duper powerful. But we're going to need a lot of those and chaotic cores, and it's a lot of really nasty things. But that's going to be something we'll deal with as we go. We're going to need to make these infinity ingots, and these guys are going to be useful for making a lot of really good things. Such as, don't we make the armor with this? How do we make this armor? Yeah, the armor is made with infinity and infinity ingots and infinity catalyst. So that is something we're gonna want very soon because it will protect us against the draconic evolution chaos dragons, which we're gonna need to kill. So I will tell you guys what, I'm gonna do some research. I'm going to process a bunch of dark iron, and yeah, then next episode we will start looking into more and more and more and more of all this stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!